COVID-19 virus, aka the coronavirus, first hit the world on December 10th, 2019. Since that first patient in Wuhan, China, this virus has taken the world by storm, causing extreme measures to be taken. In the US, most of the nation has been ordered to stay home and self-isolate whenever possible. When citizens do have to go outside, they've been advised to stay 6 feet apart and to wear face masks. Sanitation measures have drastically increased, and a panic caused many stores to run out of supplies such as toilet paper and canned food. The virus is continuing to spread as being tracked by multiple websites other than the CDC. State websites have been formed, such as this Utah State Department of Health website. As you can see, this site tracks the number of cases, the number of people tested, hospitalizations, and deaths within the state. It also provides information on the COVID-19 cases by counties and health departments. A map shows the cases in a more visual capacity, with light green being the least number of cases and dark blue showing the highest number. This second map shows data in a better perspective by case rates per 100,000 people in the county, with dark red being the highest ratio of cases and light yellow the least. All this data is useful for Utah residents to check in on their areas they're interested in, but it does only apply to Utah residents. Other websites such as this NGO called 1.3 Acres is more useful. Right at the top of the page, the website shows a comparison of the US to Canada in terms of COVID-19 cases, recoveries, and deaths. There is then a series of graphs that can be manipulated to find the exact data one is seeking. The first graph shows the number of total cases in the US over time compared to the number of new cases over time. This is important because many sources only report the total number, which continues to rise. That then causes people to panic because it appears the number of people contracting the virus is rapidly increasing. The graph shows that in reality, it's not getting better or worse. The number of new cases is staying fairly consistent. The graph underneath that does the same thing, only it compares the number of deaths instead of number of cases. The last graph right here puts everything together so you can see the effect that the virus has had overall thus far. Another cool tool this website has is this pie chart, which shows the total cases or active cases or deaths. From there you can see a breakdown of the states with the highest numbers in the nation. The best tool on this website, I think, is the map. It breaks everything down visually on a national scale, and there are many options for what data you want to see. The darker the red, the more cases that state has. From there, by selecting a state, you can see their cases separated into counties, just like on the state website. If you don't like the map, that same info can be found on this list down here. Overall, both of these websites are helpful and contain updated information concerning the virus, but the second site contains more detailed and visually appealing data. This makes the data all easier to understand and break down everything into multiple different types of graphs for people to read. On each state. Look at what's being done to combat these negative effects. One big blow to the nation is the economy having to shut down, people being sent home from work, fired, or often on furlough due to not being able to have large groups of people in one area. Shows the statistics for a previous stimulus sent out in 2009 by President Obama compared to the current stimulus check. In 2009, the government was on a mission to help the nation recover from the 2008 recession. They gave $831 billion to a select group of Americans and tax rebates to others. Now the CARES Act involves a $2 trillion package in order to provide the majority of Americans with $1,200 to spend in order to stimulate the economy. It will also allocate funds to necessary services such as hospitals and businesses. One of the most helpful articles I found was from CNET.com, titled Coronavirus Stimulus Checks Up to $1,200. See if you're eligible for a payment. This article discusses who qualifies for the check as well as providing a link to decide how much money each person can get. This article also discusses how to get the money sent to your direct deposit or how to get it through the mail. Basically, this article just helps everyone figure out how it affects them and clears up any questions you'd have about it. For our economy to kickstart that it needs to get us through these difficult times, as the US and other nations around the world try to survive from this pandemic. According to this article, people who qualify can get an extra $600 per week until July when they apply for benefits. It also goes on to discuss unemployment insurance and other services that can be utilized for part-time employees who lost their jobs. And it's good to know that there are articles and places you can turn to so you can find the truth.